What's up guys, this is Sher talking, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I want to talk about the 5 styles that I regret pulling for on 2023. Well, sometimes you want to have a character because it looks good, it looks interesting, and sometimes you're just a favorite of yours and you say, I want to pull here. But should you? Did you really use that character enough to justify amount of gems that you had to spend? In the case of these 5 different styles, I don't think so. The first one is kind of a cheat because it's Minstrels and she was released during the change of 2022 and 2023, but I didn't want to get her. I got Acilos and I kept pulling for Minstrels, and to be honest, I thought that she would survive better than she actually did. In the end, I already had her Christmas style that I really love it because of that very good charm and even chances to stun via inheritance with Bubble Pop. Back then, we still had chances to use the character on Ward Towers, some specific challenges where ailments were important. Now, you barely see that besides Remembrance Battle. So, when I saw that New Year Master thing, I thought, well, this one has increase the damage via morale up and also attack boost. I may use her because she also has Ring of Life and sometimes 2 heals are enough because that's what you need for short fights. But to be honest, this Minstrels was barely used and I think I used her in 2 fights. Maybe it was even Remembrance and maybe just one fight where the enemy was weak to cold or somewhere where I need to stun, but even then she was just put on hold, never to be used again. The number 4 will be Arthur. Yes, I like Arthur, but I regret pulling for his second style. But that comes with another problem. Well, this one here was a single target version for farming, but I just already had enough slash damage dealers, and they were just doing enough. And this Arthur was good for single target, he could solo some stuff, but in the end of the day, it didn't really matter. He was always chasing with this Turbulence Cannon. Back then, we didn't have many characters that had a guaranteed chase, so I thought, why not? Arthur is a character that I'm always using, so he will always be on high status. But the thing is, he got yet another style that is much better than this one. It does benefit from the first skill Gleaming Slash that allows him to buff STR when he does not have any skill to use, but the game changed it so much that sometimes you just always have enough PP because of Sheree, Valdor, and, well, it was not really needed, and I did have to spend 45,000 gems to get Arthur. It is one of my biggest regrets. Now, my third biggest regret will be Leon's second style. That's right, because even though this one had this full power shot skill that I love and I use it from time to time, as a whole, it was not a very good upgrade over Leon 1. It was barely any upgrade, to be honest, and he didn't even start with a bullet. It was all about the revive and having a little better status, but in the end, every place where I used the second version of Leon, you could still use the first. But I do like to pull for protagonists, I like to have all styles if possible, and I don't know, I just wanted to have him. It was not really a very good decision, since the third style of Leon is so good now that you never want to inherit Attack Revolver. You could still inherit full power shot for some, well, interesting damage, but since you are increasing your attack with Acrobatic Race, all the follow-up attacks will also benefit. That means that full power shot barely matters unless you want that slash damage. You can still want, but it's not worth 45,000 gems at all. And we already got the 4th version of Leon that became full blunt again. So, slash can still be done via the first Leon if you skip it the second. Hence why I believe it was actually a bad decision. Now, the second style I regret the most is also painful to say, but yeah, Alkaiser. I love Red as a character from SaGa Frontier, one of my favorite ones, having very cool sprite art that I love to see. Yes, all of the art styles from Red are amazing, but we got this Iron Fist of Justice Alkaiser together with Alkral. That was a very bad style as well. And I just wanted to see the sprite art, man. I just wanted to see the attacks. I just wanted to have the collection of the style. Even through Kaiser Double Impact is a pretty cool skill that hits 2 times with STR and agility buffs. It was just not good enough. We were also moving away from the evasion strategies that didn't matter anyway. And all the other skills just are not good enough. So summoning for this Alkaiser was painful because I needed to spend 45,000 gens, and I recommended people to skip, but I still pulled it because I wanted to have the sprite art and use the skill. But it's my second biggest regret of 2023. Now to the first one. The first one is actually a very fun case. Melissa. Melissa was geared to become a replacement for Matriarch. To build Matriarch, you needed to pull her first style to buff Pin of Victory, or her third style to buff Pin of Peace, and then still summon a newest version to have damage reduction and better status. Melissa got released on a Global X style banner that had also Bertrand with his Global X style, and also Witch's Daughter. That was even better than Melissa in the long run. I thought Melissa would stick because of being good. She could block damage, she could buff status, but in the end, the truth was, she got extremely replaced by Muse. The fact is, we could not predict. Melissa can buff from her Global X style Agility, Intelligence, Will, and Charisma. She will block one hit, she had good defenses, she had 4 BP, she didn't need 2 styles, but when Muse got released, well, what Muse did? She brought Scroomguard to the party. Buffing 4 different status, well, you will not need agility buffs since you could not evade, although it would help martial arts attackers. Muse was just a better combination. You could use physical attackers, mages, and still get your real buffs since they were more important than endurance buffs anyway. Muse could also heal the party in desperate situations with Frightful Red. And once I started using Muse, that got released super sooner after Melissa. I barely used Melissa outside Remembrance battles, but sometimes for serious challenges I can still use Melissa because she actually got a revenge. She said, no, I can still use it now because of a skill. Yes, if you have her first style, I got it via selection ticket, you can amplify Dragon's Blessing to become Dragon's Blessing Plus. That gives you defense boost, HP healing, and BP recovery. That's the same skill that you can use with Liz. That is such an awesome skill. But the thing is, if you already have Liz running as a skill, well, why would you bring Melissa? You can use Melissa for Remembrance because they use different weapon types, or for specific series challenges. But even then, well, Liz is just the best character since she can heal the party passively. And if you want to use both together, it's usually overkill and it doesn't work so well. But Melissa, as she was on release, was a biggest regret. But how could I know that they would give Scroomguard to Muse? Because that didn't exist on JP. So, that sometimes happens. And Melissa is my biggest regret of 2023. Even if she got buffed later with a interesting inheritance to become useful for something else. But I already have Liz anyway. With all that said, those are my 5 picks. What are yours? Please say here in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, you can use the links on the description like Coffee, PayPal, and Patreon buttons. See you soon in the next video or live stream. Bye.